This is the Good Neighbor Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Garfield Bowen.
Welcome to Good Neighbor Podcast Live. Do you need help with estate planning? Well, we got a treat for you. Today we have your good neighbor, Michael Kirshtein with Estate Doc Prep. Mike, how's it going today?
Pretty good. And yourself?
I'm doing well. Look, listen, we're excited to learn all about you and your business. Tell us about your company.
I run an estate preparation business, but I like to think of it as a peace of mind service. We help everyday families organize their legal, financial, and sentimental legacies. We make sure that if something happens to you or loved ones, you aren't left with a chaotic puzzle to solve, but rather a clear, guided roadmap. We take the scary out of the process and replace it with organization.
So, Mike, how did you get into this business?
I'm actually a tech guy by trade. My background is helping businesses operate efficiently and scale their bottom line through AI and automation. A longtime friend and partner brought me in to modernize his estate planning firm. And while I was under the hood of the business, I was absolutely astonished by how much I didn't know about the importance of estate planning. I immediately went out and secured plans for myself and my mother. And that started a conversation, a did you know conversation with everyone I knew, which led to my entire circle of friends and family getting their plans done. I realized then that, like every person in the United States needs this. My partner's firm was primarily focused on California, so I decided to bring that mission here to Florida. And helping businesses make money is great, but helping families protect their legacy feels so much more important.
What are some of the myths and misconceptions? You know, when you deal with technology, there's some pros and cons. And what are you hearing out there?
So as far as the tech part goes, I mean, I just made sure his company was up to date and stays up to date. We help a lot of companies make money and operate efficiently. But I would say the biggest myth with this is I'm not rich enough to need this. People assume an estate means like a mansion and a private jet, but in reality, an estate is your bank account, your home, your sentimental photos, and even your digital passwords. Another myth is that wills avoid probate. That is just not true. I help people understand that preparation is about making things easier for the people you leave behind, regardless of your net worth. And if anything ever happens to you and you become like incapacitated, you're protected while you're still here, and it's not left to a court.
Yeah, when you lose a loved one, you realize it's a lot more complicated than you actually thought. So it's best to do your homework ahead of time. Now, we know marketing is the key, is the heart of every business. Mike, who's your target customers and how are you currently attracting them?
So I would say as far as target customers, everybody needs what we sell, but we get a lot of homeowners because they want to leave their house to their kids, usually, or whoever. And without us, it's left to a judge. And the newest customers we've been getting a lot of are parents with kids that are going off to college. So most parents don't realize that even though your child's under your insurance, once they hit 18, they're adults and you can't make medical decisions for them anymore. You need what's called like a health care surrogate and an advance directive and living will. Otherwise, you know, your child's an adult and you can't help them. That's been a frequent customer lately.
I know you're here today, Mike, on my show, but have you ever thought about doing your own podcast?
Yeah, I have.
Okay.
I really wanted to too.
when you're not so busy running your business, Mike, what do you like to do for fun?
Well, being here in Florida, I'm a total water person. If it involves the beach or the water, I'm there. Whether it's just catching a sunset, swimming, or being out on a boat, that's where I recharge. There's something about being by the water that gives you perspective, which is probably why I'm so passionate about helping people find that same kind of calm in their personal lives and estates. I just love the beach, and that's my place, my happy place.
Listen, we're about to wrap up, but I want you to leave our listeners with one thing they should remember about estate doc prep.
I wish they knew that they need this. This is not optional. I mean, unless you know that tomorrow is guaranteed, you got to prepare for today. I wish they knew that starting, these businesses is like a difficult thing. And I need them and they need me, and I'd love to help them.
Now, there's one word on our listeners' lips right now, and it's how. How to get more details on estate doc prep?
Well, they could go to our website. The best way to start is by visiting our website, which is estatedocprep.info. estatedocprep.info. You could also follow us on Facebook. We're Estate Doc Prep, for tips on keeping your family organized. And if you're ready to just have a casual conversation about where you are in the process, they could call us directly at 305-859-3243. We're here to help when they're ready.
Well, Mike, we really appreciate having you on the show. I wish you and your business the very best moving forward.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to gnplive.com. That's gnplive.com.